Oh, look, that's a nice grill.
Hold on. There's a car attached to it.
Yeah. This is a Hyundai Palisade Highlander.
And here's a full review.
Let's roll with the intro. Okay, so now let's start with the exterior of this car and the elephant in the room. This.
Yes.
Now, the grill.
Now this has to be the biggest grill I've seen on a car. In fact, it looks like a cheese grater.
It looks like it's the whole freaking bumper.
Yeah. And these turn indicators are part of the grill, which is quite nice. And you get these weird double headlights. Well, this is the daytime running element. There's 3 pieces, 1, 2, 3.
And this is the massive headlights.
Yes, it is massive. And overall, I think the front of the car looks good.
It's
It
just
works.
beautiful. It does look like cheese grater.
Yes,
but
you know how girls say some guys are ugly hot?
Yeah.
I never understood that phrase, but I think this is
Is
a
ugly
perfect
hot.
example of an ugly hot car.
Yeah.
And yeah, so you get the Hyundai badge here. You do get sensors down here. Now at the side.
So this is 20-inch wheels. It does look like it's smaller because it's a massive vehicle.
Yeah,
But
the vehicle
it
is
20,
massive.
And the side. So you do get signals lights over here and
Yes,
here.
and you
which
get
is
the 360 cam
at the
underneath
bottom.
there.
Yeah.
And there is a bit of chrome on this car. And like we've said before, chrome on a luxury car works, chrome on a sports car doesn't work. And
Yeah.
this is the luxury car.
And they haven't overdone it as well.
Yes.
It's just on the frame of the
Yes, that's
door.
correct.
And it's just simple.
And I think from the side and the front of this car, it does look good. I'm going to turn in the indicators
Indicator
off.
off.
And
Switch off.
look at that.
It's
That
just
is a beautiful looking car.
Yeah.
Now, this car was made for the American market. That's why it is big.
Yeah.
And fun fact,
Was
Americans consider this a mid-sized SUV.
Yes. Well, because
No, don't say. Don't,
gotta
don't
hold it
say.
in, gotta hold it
Now
in.
let's talk about the back of this car.
Okay, so now with the back is massive and it does come with a
The
massive
back is massive.
Yeah, you know it's always good when it's massive in the back.
Anyway,
it comes with a Hyundai big badge over here, and also it does say it's Highlander, which is the
Because-
higher class of the Palisade.
yes. And the only thing that's different is you do get a light bar, very Porsche GT3, well 992
9 yeah.
Porsche kind of vibe.
And that's that. It's just very nice and beautiful, and it lights up the whole back. You don't see it. You don't see it if it's not lit up. So
Yes.
it's very nice
So
and
the
subtle.
booty of this car looks good.
Yeah.
Okay, let's talk about the boot space. Now, this car was made for the American market, so I'm gonna talk in American terms. You can fit about 12 watermelons in here. I mean, no, I'll be serious, You can fit enough baggage here. And if you put those seats down, you get multiple liters of storage. I'll put the number here because I'm not too sure exactly. Why did they measure in liters? Like, who was like, okay, we can fill this car up with this many liters? Anyway, okay, engine price and specs of this car.
So this vehicle does come with a 2.2 4-cylinder turbo diesel engine. It does produce 440 Newton meters of torque and
Yeah.
107 meters of horsepower.
Very
And
familiar.
I
Sorry,
thought
into
I'd be
engine.
able to finish that sentence before
Sorry,
you open the.
Sorry.
But-
Go ahead.
No, I just thought you'll take longer to open the.
Oh yeah, no, I'm getting better. It drives by a 8-speed all-wheel drive system, and this is the diesel engine. So you can get this as a petrol or diesel. Price now, this is almost at 80k before on cost, and the competitors. You get the
The
Kia
Kia.
Telluride,
Yeah, and then the.
Ford Everest, and you
Kia
can.
is not available in Australia.
Yeah, the
is that?
Telluride is not available. That's a
Yeah.
good looking car. But honestly, this car looks good. We'll see what the engine performs like when we are driving it. But just from our research, we can just tell that this car is one of the best affordable luxury cars.
Yes, and also affordable meaning like it does look luxurious
Yes.
and it's not overly priced up or spec'd
Yes,
up.
I mean it's 80k.
Yeah,
Whereas the
it's
new
very
X7
subtle.
would be like 160,000,
Yeah.
literally double the
Even
price.
the petrol where we tested out.
Oh,
that
yeah,
was
the
like
Nissan
100
petrol.
and what?
Yeah, 100 and
Yeah, and that was
3,000?
Very basic interior. And
yes,
stuff like that.
yes.
It
Even
did
the,
come out with the V8.
remember
that's
the Toyota Land Cruiser?
what- that was what?
That's actually a competitor.
That was what
150,000. That
Yeah.
was a used car.
Yeah.
Whereas this is like 85 grand drive away.
Yeah, and this is, yes, that those vehicles are much bigger on the road.
Yes, also this is
That's
the
more,
fully spec version as well.
yeah.
Literally the fully spec version for like 85 grand. Whereas the Land Cruiser, you can't even get the basic version for
Yeah.
that price.
And one thing that we do have to say on this channel is I think we better watch out for the Korean vehicles.
Yeah,
It's gonna,
also we gotta stop giving consumer advice.
yeah, maybe.
Okay, let's start with the interior. Now there's so much going on that we have to have the assist stuff on it. Sorry, but there's so much tech in here as well. Let's start with the design. So this car gets cream and a black contrasting interior. You do get wood here.
It is not wood.
Yeah, but it's fake wood, but it's, you know, looks like wood. Anyway, the steering wheel design. Now, we have received multiple feedback that this is not the best looking one, but honestly, it does fit the profile of this car, which is big and luxurious. Now, the material, so you do get this soft, it's not Alcantara, it's suede. It feels nice. Gavin, touch it. Touch it, Gavin. Touch it.
It is fair, yeah.
Yeah, it
it's
feels
nice, it's
so nice. But sitting here, the seats are electronically adjustable. It is heated, ventilated, and cooled. Well, ventilated is cooled, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
just put the additional word, that's fine.
yes. Anyway. The seats do not have a massage function. It's the only thing that's missing in this car.
Well, Chris's other car does have it.
Yeah. Oh yeah. The owner of this car is the owner of the S400 Maybach kind of thing that we reviewed. I'll link the video here. So go check that out. But it's the same owner. He's the coolest guy. Literally the coolest guy. Anyway, back to the interior. Now let's move on to this bit over here. So this is where you get all of your shortcuts. You do get a map. If you come back here, it is very responsive, which is good. Now this is the same system that Kia and Hyundai has. So the Kia Stinger that we reviewed had the same infotainment system. Shortcut buttons here, and if you come right here, this is where you get your AC controls, which is, it's good because it's very simple to control. And here is where you get your drive terrain settings. You get 4 different to choose from. Keep it in smart. This is not a sports car. You do get a terrain response system as well. And honestly, it's simple. This is where you get your seating settings. So I'm gonna make sure that my seats are cool. You do get a heated steering wheel as well, which is quite nice. And storage space. Now, okay, we forgot the bottle. But anyway, if you push this, now look at this, Gavin. If you push this, it just goes. How cool. And wait, let me show you this. So now, how cool is that?
And the best thing, it says push, so people like Dinuk knows what to do with it.
Yeah, shut up. Anyway, this guy. Close that. You do get storage space here. This is Chris's personal belongings, which we did show on camera. You do get more storage space here. And you do get door pockets as well, if you show that there. Now, that
Let's say my hand is a bottle.
Anyway, let's move on. Now we'll show that in the annoying features bit as well. Now up here, you do get your sunroof controls. Now you do get a sunroof here and a moonroof back here. And now let's hop to the back. This is the 8-seater, not the 7-seater. And plenty of leg space, plenty of head space. You get a moonroof here, which is quite nice. Now, something very American about this car. I'm gonna pretend this is a water bottle. I'm sorry, Chris, when you're watching this video, you're gonna see this. It's sitting right there, but anyway. Water bottle. You get 2 cup holders here.
How you get a large size and a regular.
How American is that? You're gonna get cancelled by America pretty soon.
It's okay.
Yeah.
I don't
Anyway,
think we have
you do get heated and cool seats at the back, which you can control from here. And this is where you get your climate control settings as well. And more lights here. You do get AC vents here as well, which is quite nice. And if you pull this down, more cup holders. How many cup holders do you need? Anyway,
it is a
yeah, but
seated
still,
car.
you get 2 here. Americans. Anyway,
think of the people.
wait. You get 3. Look down on that door.
Oh, yeah.
That's 3. Now, to get to the back, you just have to press this button here. Gavin, you can show it there. And the seats go out automatically. I'm gonna take my shoes off just to be respectful. Okay, I'm gonna get this back.
A few minutes later.
Yeah. Why is it so heavy? Now, this is an annoying feature. Anyway, done. Now at the back, You get enough space. It's not cramped up here. I'm 6'2" or 3. Let's say 3. Okay, I'm 6'3". You get enough leg space, enough head space. You do get more cup holders here. You do get a charging port here. And something I wanted to show. Now look at this headrest.
It hugs your head.
It's one of those private jet, private plane kind of feature. Okay, so let's talk about tech within this car. I'm going to keep this very quick. You do get a digital rear view mirror. Now, FYI, this camera is very, very, very clear, and every Palisade owner will tell you this. Stop picking your nose. We can see it in almost 4K. Stop it. It is weird. And you do get a 360 camera, so if you put the car on reverse, you get a 360 camera, which is quite nice because it's not easy navigating a car of this size. Anyway, back to the point. You do get an instrumental cluster, which doubles up as, when you indicate, it's going to show you your blind spots there. You do get a blind spot monitor there as well. And the tech features, you also get multiple features, which I'm going to read out of this book because there are so many. You get lane keep assist, you get blind spot collision assist, you get safe exit, which means it won't let you open your door onto oncoming traffic, which is quite nice. You get obviously a digital dash right here, which changes with the drive mode. So this is on smart mode, this is on sports mode, eco, comfort. You get literally so much tech within this car. And for a family SUV, it is very ideal because you want your kids to be safe, and this car will perform. And we're probably missing a few tech features that we haven't included, but I'm gonna put a list right here. So pause, watch it.
Okay, now starting with the cool features of this car. So if you're parked in a tight spot like this, using this key, you can move the car front and backwards.
Another cool feature of this car is the Blue Link app, so you can control the vehicle from your phone, just like a Tesla. And let's say you were actually in Queensland, you can actually start your car, even though the car is here in South Australia. You can start the car using the app and also request for pictures via the 360 camera. Okay, so let's talk about the annoying features of this car. Everything's inside, so let's hop on in. Okay, starting with this. What is this? Why can't we have a normal shifter? Every time we gotta make a 3.10, you just gotta figure out which button to press. It is a bit annoying. I mean, yes, it does look a bit modern, but feature we have our throttle.ku standard bottle. Now, as you can see here, this bottle holder, the opening is very, very thin. So you gotta kind of push the bottle in, which will end up scratching this and this. Now, that is a little annoying, especially after owning this car, because all of this will be scraped. Okay, so let's go for a drive in the Hyundai Palisade. Now, this car was fitted with a throttle controller, which basically boosts the throttle response. But I gotta say, steering wise, this car steering is actually quite good. Now, you do get soft steering, which is quite nice on a luxury car, and given that this car is massive, it is good. Now, one annoying thing is the driver aids. It goes bing, bing, bing every 2 seconds. You can turn it off basically every time you get in the car, but you can't turn it off permanently. Anyway, it's part of the problem that you gotta live with. But when you're driving this car, it's kind of okay. Now, insulation, sound insulation. It is very quiet in here. Now, the diesel engine is loud when you are outside, but when you're sitting inside the cabin, it is very quiet. Gavin, what do you think?
Yes, it is extremely quiet. Like there is
Literally.
minimum of sound except the indicators going beep beep.
Yeah. And Chris is in the back. Chris, this is the first time you're sitting in the back in this car as well?
Yes.
Fair. Anyway, throttle response. It is very responsive. We are on comfort mode, so it is actually very comfortable in here. We did test the GLC, which is the entry-level Mercedes luxury car, and that car will basically cost you the same price as this, especially a brand new one. And this is just so much better. This competes with the luxurious X7s, the Toyota Land Cruiser that we tested as well, and I think this screams a bit more luxury than they do. And we're gonna test out sports mode because you buy a 7-seater sports family SUV to take it around corners very fast, and we will hand over that to Chris because I'm not willing to take the risk. So isn't Gavin? See you in a second. Okay, we are currently on sports mode. Chris is driving. He is a very professional BMW driver. If you aren't aware, we'll insert a clip of him driving the S400. We got the kid in the back, and let's start with how this car handles. Chris, now this is a massive SUV, but the way you took the corners, it was fantastic. It is very sharp, I have to say that. For a big SUV, it's very sharp.
Yeah, well, that was the first time I've actually hooked it that hard. So
I was flying in the back seat.
Yeah, I understand what you meant when you were flying in the backseat.
Yeah. Literally, I was sitting where Gavin was sitting and I was just sliding about, which is quite funny. And now braking is quite good as well. It is a heavy car, unfortunately, which means it's not super car performance. Obviously, this is a 7-seater family SUV, and for that, it is quite good. And Chris is driving, well, the speed limit and taking corners, and it just handles perfectly. And we're gonna test out the acceleration. And we're just gonna let the other car pass, and here we go. Not bad for a 4-cylinder turbo diesel.
that's just
It
short
goes.
90Ks.
It goes. It's so much fun. This is literally the most fun I've had in a family SUV. So bottom line is, if you are a sports car enthusiast and you want to take your kids on a long trip, this is the car to get.
Yes, absolutely.
Final thoughts on the Palisade. Yes, unfortunately this is a voiceover because someone forgot to plug in the mic. I'm not gonna tell you who, but you can figure that out. Hopefully not. Anyway, the Hyundai Palisade is one good looking car. I mean, just look at it. The front looks absolutely amazing, and the interior is just packed with luxury. It just feels nice. It's nice to drive. It's nice to be driven in one. So when it comes to value for money, I think it is a 10 out of 10. 85 grand for a very, very highly spec Korean car, which is not bad when it comes to reliability as well. But I would give it a 9 out of 10. One being, it could have been more fun to drive if it had a more powerful engine like the petrol V8 we tested. But I think it is an amazing car, literally an amazing car. And if I had to buy a family SUV, I would go with this. I would get the Hyundai Palisade if I was buying a family car. No doubt about it.